let's ink my full card and talk about the origin of tarot, including some myths, as in debunked theories, not gods and monsters. A lot of people just vaguely claim the origin's mysterious to like elevate the cards, but it's not. Or people assign vague connections to traditions like Kabbalah, I Ching, or Tantra. None of that's true either. It's just the usual thing where white people tie anything mystical or magical to cultures we exoticize. Some people say the cards originated in Egypt as a divination tool, which isn't technically true, but card games begin there. The suits and then later on the occult meanings will involve Egypt. So the actual deck evolved from an Islamic Egyptian game called Na'ib, or sometimes Mumlak, for the people who created it. This game contained 4 suits that would evolve into both tarot suits and the same ones we use in modern playing cards. Na'ib decks have scimitars or swords, polo sticks, coins, and cups. So eventually through travel they reach Italy, where they coalesce into what we recognize as the tarot. To those original 4 suits they add triumph or trump cards, and they call the game Triumphi, which is the word for triumphs. So these trump cards are named for mythological figures or theatrical archetypes, and later on they'll become the major arcana. The game eventually became known as Tarocchi, which might be rooted in the word tarox, which means foolishness, an idea I love because I am attached to the Fool card. So Tarocchi remained popular in Italy and then spread to France, where it develops into the regular playing card game Tarot, which is still played sometimes, and the Cartomancy Tarot deck. A French mystic who called himself Etiele, which is the reverse of his last name. His name's Jean-Baptiste Eliot. He's the first to publish any reading guide or meanings for the cards. And he's influenced by this other occultist, Antoine Court or Court de Gablam. Etiele was the first to publish the guide, and then later, or concurrently, we're not sure, Antoine Court will add a bunch of meanings and things to them. Based on my research and the dates given, it's unclear what was happening when, except for the publishing dates. So in 1770, Etiele publishes his first guide to reading tarot, and he says that he got the meanings from unnamed Italians. But it was really influenced by the general amalgam of ideas that mystics were mixing and mashing from the Kabbalah and Egyptian mythology. So he claimed that the first tarot were printed on gold and survived a fire, maybe the burning of Alexandria, because why not? And he paired the 4 suits with Greek humors, the 4 elements, and added astrology symbolism. So then Antoine Court assigns more meanings, including more supposed Egyptian connections. He basically makes up an origin story where the Book of Thoth, not a book, but a loose collection of real texts that were fictionalized by Greek writers and then mythologized to fetish levels by the English-speaking world. So in Court's tarot fanfiction, the Egyptians distilled the Book of Thoth into the cards, which is really a book more than a game. Then they're secretly brought to Rome, where the popes keep the knowledge secret, and then somehow tarot knowledge is smuggled to France. Court is the one who added the Fool card. Originally, it was used like a Joker card. He adds that to the major arcana and numbers them from 0 to 21 so that he can force them to correspond to 22 Hebrew letters. So all of these French mystics, along with others I didn't name, and some English occultists, finally they codify and promote tarot. It spreads everywhere as a fortune-telling tool, and eventually this trickles down to an English guy called Arthur Edward Waite, who created a set of cards with his fellow mystic and undercredited icon Pamela Colman Smith. Her art is the iconic thing almost all of us will think of when you say tarot deck. If this makes it to